now move to Ranking Member Norton, 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, the elephant in the room is the unprecedented earthquake that this region experienced in August. It's a perfect proxy for a terrorist attack because it was an unexpected, and it needs to be analyzed. It was as unexpected as it could be. It was unexpected as any terrorist attack could be. It was as unexpected as 9/11, and it needs to be analyzed thoroughly. Mr. Hunter, you drew curious conclusions at page 4 of your testimony. You say, given the unique nature of the event, communication challenges, our own internal evaluation, and the need to develop a robust understanding of the transportation capabilities of the region before the decision was made. You cite those factors and say, on the whole, our initial assessment is that our efforts were successful in light of these factors. Mr. Hunter, if there was an aftershock within the last, it may have been 24 hours, it wasn't here, it was elsewhere in the region. Had it been here, what site would a federal employee go to learn information of any kind, even if you had not enough information to tell them what exactly had happened? What is that site?
Thank you, Congressman Norton. We have a variety of mechanisms that we reach out to the public and to federal employees to provide that message. We have an OPM webpage which provides the status of the federal government. We have a call-in line that employees and the public can reach to determine the status.
Yeah, a lot of them try to use a call-in line. Mr. Hunter, 10 years after 9/11, don't you think that there ought to be a site as familiar to federal employees as 911 when it comes to learning what to do next so that cell phones are not jammed as they were? Don't you think that would be elementary at this point? You act as if the cell phone's jammed, and wow, who could have foreseen that? Well, it seems to me that was entirely foreseeable.
Yes, ma'am. Recognizing that there were communications devices which were put in place post 9/11, we had anticipated that those would be successful in use, including our government emergency telecommunications systems and wireless priority service. What we learned during the actual event is that they weren't as effective as we had hoped. OPM certainly is just a user of those equipment capabilities, and in after-action reports, as you had mentioned, we will be working very proactively with those particular owners and other stakeholders to address how
those owners. I'm sorry, I don't even know who we're talking about. I'm talking about OPM.
Sure.
I'm talking about the largest employer in the city and the region, and I'm talking about I don't know how many employees in this region, 200,000. But I'm talking about whether or not. Well, let me ask you directly, Mr. Hunter. Will you go back to OPM and try to develop for OPM, for the federal government in this sector, a site that is easy to reach, is named in a way so that you don't have to memorize a lot to know where it is? Do you think that is an appropriate thing to do after the earthquake?
Yes, ma'am. We've been actively engaged with the Council of Governments, including representation at the federal, state, and local level, about talking how we can.
Let me just say this, Mr. Hunter. I wish you would not speak about the federal, state, and local levels in the Council of Governments. As important as they are as coordinating mechanisms, the responsibility for informing federal employees who are located here and in this region what to do next doesn't lie with any of the parties you have named, but with the Office of Personnel Management itself. So whatever they tell you, the leadership, it seems to me, sir, is in OPM's court. And I'd ask you to report within 30 days what is the site that federal employees can go to in time of emergency so that they're not caught really red-handed as they were, not knowing literally. They literally didn't know what to do. Speak to any of them. Speak to people in your own agency. They had no idea what to do.